In today's episode of Value in My Toy Collection, we're going to value some vintage Barbies, including these free moving Barbies and friends. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum, so it's finally happened. I've bought a building, and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection, and then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Value in My Toy Collection and value some toys. Well, let's jump right in and start valuing some vintage Barbies. We're going to start with these free moving Barbies. Now these are pretty old and they're pretty valuable as well. We'll start out with this free moving PJ doll still in the box, and her lowest price on eBay is $350, so she's pretty valuable and she's pretty hard to find. And then we have the loose version of the PJ doll. And even loose, she's still worth $150. And then we have some extra clothes that go to that PJ doll. Now the next doll we have is the free moving Cara doll. Now she's the African American version and she is super duper hard to find. And loose, she's worth about $170. Now still in the box, which we have one in the box, the very lowest price she's worth is $700, and she goes all the way up to about $950 on eBay. So she's really hard to find, that's why she costs so much, but she's worth about $700. That's pretty impressive. And then we have the free moving Ken. Now our loose one's in pretty bad shape. He's only worth about $25 and he needs a bat. And then we have the Ken in the box, and he's worth about $100 still in the box. And then we have Barbie. This is the free moving Barbie, and loose, she's worth about $70. Need to clean that little spot of dirt off her nose. And then if you're lucky enough to have one still in the box, she's worth about $350. Here she is with the dirt off her nose. She's in pretty good shape. Alright, the last one in the series, we have the African American male. His name is Curtis, and loose, he's worth about $200. He's very hard to find. I didn't even know they made a Curtis doll. And then we have one in the box, and in the box he's worth about $425. That's a pretty valuable set to have. We have this really cool paper doll book, and it's worth about $20. It's from 1981. And this is what the dolls look like that came out of the doll book. We have a lot of loose vintage dolls in this case. We have a little Mrs. Beasley doll still with her glasses on, and she's worth about $40. And then we have a Ricky doll that's loose, and he's about $40 as well. And then we have this doll that's in a little floral dress. She's worth about $20. And then we have a twist and turn Francie doll with her original striped suit. She's worth about $90. And then we have this vintage Barbie in this gold yellow dress, and she's worth about $50. We have a vintage Ken in his outfit, worth about $25. And next up we have a vintage Malibu Barbie worth about $15, and her little black and white dress is called Mini Magic, worth about $25. So that set's worth about $40. Now this one's called Busy Talking Barbie, and even missing an arm, she's still worth $100 because of her head mold and her outfit. Alright, next up we have this one. This dress is called Fringe Benefits, and it's a PJ doll, and that's worth about $40 for the set. And next up in this gold striped swimsuit with the wig, she's worth about $60. And then we have this doll. Next up we have this vintage scooter doll still in the box, and she's worth about $200. And then we have this little vintage Barbie book that would come with your Barbie. It's worth about $20 on its own. And then we have this doll. She's in a red swimsuit, and she's worth about $150 plus. Even though she's a reproduction, they're going for about $200. So we're comfortable with $150. This doll with her vintage jacket and logo outfit is worth about $75 total. And then this one has an outfit on called Theater Date, and it's worth about $35, and that's not the necklace that goes with it. Somebody just put it on there. Now this one this is a vintage doll, and her outfit's called Two-Way Tiger, and altogether she's worth about $45. And then we have this vintage Ricky doll still in the box, and he's worth about $125. He's pretty valuable when he's got all his accessories in his box. Now this vintage doll is in the green, is in an outfit called In Blooms, and with the doll and the outfit, she's worth about $65 total. And then we have this doll that's in a yellow jacket and a butterfly dress called Brunch Time's worth about $45. And this one in Bloom Zoom polka dot outfit, it's a Francie doll worth about $100. This first doll in the fraternity dress would be worth a lot more if the dress was in better shape, but she's only worth about $15. And the vintage Ken, he's worth about $35. And this doll in her vintage outfit's worth about $50. And then we have this Wedding Wonder doll, and the lowest price for this dress alone on eBay is $85. And then we have this vintage Barbie in the striped swimsuit with the wig. She's worth about $60. I wish she was like one of those that's worth $20,000, but I don't know them that well enough. Now this one in the silver and teal Firelight's Hostess outfit is worth about $45. And this one in the green and purple dress called Velvet Venture is worth about $100. Got this little gold dress that's worth about $10. Another little Barbie book worth about $10. This book's also worth about $10. Now we have a vintage original red swimsuit from 1962 worth about $10. And this little doll's worth about $10 as well. Then we have a Skipper still in the box, and she's worth about $125. We have some newer dolls in the back of this case from Byron Lars. We have the Plum Royale. She's worth about $85 loose. They're very beautiful dolls. There's a whole series of them from Byron. And then we have this one called Indigo. And loose, she's worth about $130. And then from 1998, we have a Cinnabar Sensation doll worth about $45. Now this one's pretty cool. We have a Twiggy doll, and her lowest price is about $350, and she went all the way up to $500 and $600. But I think I did pay about $300 for her just because I wanted her for the toy museum. Now this little vintage Barbie record player with a Ken album is worth about $10. Super tiny, but it still has a little value to it. And then this Texaco cheerleader doll is worth about $40 still in the box. And next up we have this Family Affair paper doll box set worth about $26. I think I got that at a flea market in Las Vegas on a trip. Very cool graphics. Alright, next up we have some American Bandstand doll fashions. This one's from the 70s era. It's worth about $60. There's a nice picture of Dick Clark right there on the packaging. See, that came from Toys R Us. And then here's another one from the 50s, and this one's also worth about $60. And then we have this one. It's a Byron Lars doll from Treasures of Africa, worth about $165. She's got that cool bird cage up in her hair. And then this one is called Sugar from 2006 from Byron Lars, worth about $350, but she's beautiful. We have another one from the Treasures of Africa collection from 2001, worth about $165, and then In the Limelight from 1996, worth $70. So with our previous 230 videos of value in my toy collection, our total was $656,145. And then when we add this video of all of our vintage Barbies and our Byron Lars Barbies, we can add another $6,046 to that overall grand total. So that means for episode 231 of Value of My Toy Collection, our grand total is an amazing $662,191. Now remember, I am no millionaire. I have just been collecting toys for about 40 years, going to flea markets, garage sales, thrift stores, and looking on eBay, and it's just accumulated to this big old total. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm off to make some more videos and to value this toy collection and see what all I actually have. So if you want to see my toys up close, you can also follow us on Facebook under the Toy Vault of Mississippi. So until next time, we'll see you then.